Hi, so today we're gonna talk about fake news and how it is a big threat to our democracy. Okay, so nowadays, with the development of the social technology and with the social media more powerful, um, we are always in contact with the fake news. The fake news are pieces of information based on humors and half truths that can be published in any kind of media. They are published on TV, radio, uh, papers, magazines, or internet or whatever. And in order to achieve goals like financial or political, or only to call someone's attention. And they are very, very popular because they look exactly like normal journalism, but it's not normal journalism because journalism is based on real information and fake news are based on fake information. So they pass sometimes like journalism, but in fact they are not. In its majority, they have sensationalist titles with very exaggerated information to call everybody attention. And for that reason, sometimes they have a bigger visibility than normal news because they are more attractive. They have like crazy information and more people want to read, and yeah, sometimes they are more popular than regular journalism and true facts. They are extremely dangerous for our political scenario because it can be used in favor to some candidate because they can create fake news about the other so they can own votes. And it creates a very hostile scenario because you can figure out which piece of news are true, which are not. So it's really difficult in an electoral scenario for you to have a lot of fake news because you get all confused and you don't know which information is true about the person you want to vote and which information is fake news. And fake news are being a threat for our democracy, our right to choose who we want to represent us. Once we don't know anymore what is true about the person, the thing that I just said, that we just don't know what is true about the candidate, so it's a threat for our democracy because it gets in the way for us to choose who we want to represent us. And one journalist from ECA, USP, University of São Paulo, said that politics is a debate, it's a debate of opinions, but if they are not based on facts, the politics loses itself. Yeah, it's what I just said, because you can debate based on fake information. And near Obama and Trump's election, there was a fake news spreading around saying that Obama wasn't actually American and he was losing a lot of votes because of this. And he was obligated to publish his birth certificate to prove he was actually American. And he was obligated to give away his privacy in order to expose a piece of news as a fake news. And it was a big stroke to the democracy. He wasn't able to decide what he wanted to do. He was kind of obligated to do it, or he was going to lose a lot of votes because of something that wasn't true. And the same thing was happening here in Brazil last week, and it is still happening now, but it was happening because of the elections between Fernando Haddad and Jair Bolsonaro. They are totally not opposite, but yeah, they're very different. And our country is totally divided between who's voting on Haddad and who was voting on Bolsonaro. And I think my opinion is that both of the sides were spreading around rumors of the oppositor, spreading fake news to own votes. And it was terrible because you couldn't like figure out which piece of news was true and which was fake, and it was totally difficult to choose who we were gonna vote because you couldn't know which information was actually true. These kind of news are spread mostly in WhatsApp, that is used for more than 100 million people here in Brazil. And the text is sent in small groups and private, so it's impossible to control what is said, and it's very fast because when someone sends you something, you read it and you pass to another, and this person will pass to another, and the information runs very, very quick. So, but not everyone that sends a fake news is doing this with a bad intention. Sometimes you read it and you just don't know it's a fake news and you send it to someone that you want. Or sometimes you just read it and you think it's funny and you send it to someone. So not always is a bad intention, but most of the time it is. So we have to be aware with those news, and you have to always be sure about the information you're passing, it's actually true. So to identify a fake news, you should first look the source where the information was posted, and then read the whole story. You can't pass away information that you just read the title or the subtitle or whatever. You have to read the whole story. Then verify who wrote it, that's a very important thing, and search another reference. Like if the news is actually important, there will be more than one source posting the information, so you should read in more than one and look when it was published, because something that was true in the past not always will be true right now. So in the end, if you're still confused, you should talk to a specialist on the subject or whatever. So I think that's it. Always be sure before telling someone something, because if you're not, you may be killing your own democracy.